We are very fortunate today to have Matt Ishbia here. Matt Ishbia is the President and CEO of United Wholesale Mortgage, obviously biggest wholesale lender and partner to the broker community. Welcome, Matt. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, good to be here, buddy. Hope you're doing good.
So, Matt, turbulent times. Broker community is obviously feeling the same thing, relatively speaking, that all of our lending partners are feeling and that the market's feeling. I would say it would be an understatement to say that there's concerns in the market across all channels. What are your thoughts on what you're seeing, what you're hearing, just within your own organization, from the banking community, and obviously from your customers?
Yeah, well, obviously, first off, it's, these are turbulent times, unprecedented times in our industry and really in America. And so the biggest thing, first off, is hopefully everyone's healthy, everyone's safe, everyone's doing well, everyone's got families and friends they're taken care of. And that's obviously priority one. We got 5,600 team members here at UWM, and make sure that everyone's safe and doing great and going through these kind of awkward times. And the real positive thing from my perspective is the industry that's going to take the country out of this tough economic time that's about to happen and happening is us, all of us on this call, all of us in the mortgage community. So, wild times, market volatility is off the charts, people's health scare. It's scary for everybody out there. But, in the big picture, I know this is hopefully a short-term thing for America, and we're all going to come out stronger. And the place that's going to help always be strong is the mortgage community. And so we're proud to be part of it. We're proud to be part of it with you guys. And, from our perspective, things are interesting. At the same time, they're very positive for all brokers and the whole wholesale channel in general.
It was only 2 weeks ago that we were at AIME Activate. And, at that point, this was still a new issue. I apologize if there's an echo. We're working on getting that resolved. But it was only 2 weeks ago that, we were there, and the mood was very positive. Things have been changing. There's a lot of rumors swirling around. I know that you've been working around the clock. You've just transitioned 5,500 people to work from home. Would you mind addressing some of the rumors that, I've shared with you? There's, hey, UWM's got a cash crunch. UWM's going to go out of business. There are warehouse lines. All this stuff coming from a lot of different places. I know what you're working on, and I know that you've been working very hard every day with your team to do the same thing you've done for us for many years, which is close loans.
Yeah, it's to me, and I don't mean to laugh at some things, but some things are just, I sometimes think my competitors like to say things, and then all of a sudden some things kind of try to escalate. I've heard so many crazy rumors that's why I'm glad this happened to be scheduled so we could just talk it through. And I've talked to a couple of brokers that people don't know. And so there's uncertainty creates fear with everyone from a high level, but I can get into any granular level you want. UWM's never been stronger. From a liquidity perspective, warehouse perspective, and everyone's saying, how do you get warehouse line bumps? We got warehouse line bumps. Everyone else didn't get them. We are in position to be able to do $20 billion plus this month and continue to grow. We've never been stronger. Liquidity, someone said, I heard a rumor that Blackstone was giving me money and hedge funds were giving me. If anyone wants to give me like $1 billion, I'll take it. But the reality is no one's giving me $1 my whole life. I'm sitting here grinding every day, and we got plenty of money in the company, and we're doing great things. And so all this talk, people just like to talk. The reality is, and I guess I put it this way, and I'm happy to talk to any level of detail you want. The reality of the situation is, I guess I would say to people is we've done pretty good at UWM in the broker channel. I think our record speaks for itself and what we've done for years. I've been here 17 years. We've grown for a long time and done great things. And the decisions we made in 2014, 15, 16 have helped all of us win today. And unless I bumped my head and just completely lost what I was doing, I think people should recognize that maybe we've got things very much under control right now, and understanding this market from meetings with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and how we're going to handle VOEs, how we're going to handle title, how we handle recording, how we handle appraisals. How do I make sure we manage all these pieces, which I'm sure I'm happy we're talking about people losing their jobs, the economic things going on, and prepayment speeds, all the things that we're handling, and that maybe that we're handling it in a way that's, hey, let's make sure we win in 2020, 21, 22, and 23, not just April of 2020. And I think too many people are sitting here like, well, I could have done that refinance if we did this. And I said, I get it. I want to do everything possible, but the reality is we're trying to win long-term, and everyone's winning right now. We're all going to win right now. And so I'm happy to talk about any of the details. I heard so many crazy rumors. The frustrating part is I have no way of really communicating. I'm not going to respond to crazy rumors about crazy things. But in general, things at UWM have never been better. 5,500 people. I moved them all to be working from home. I'll have that ability to. We still have a couple people here with me in the office, but for the most part, people are working from home. And obviously, there's a little bit of a process to doing that, but everyone's working from home. We're like 98% of our regular capacity while people are working from home now. And this is, whatever day 8, whatever day 7, depending on how many days you want to count. And so things are great at UWM from a high level. Happy to get granular with any questions or rumors or things. But the thing you should all know, and we're on the call, is that UWM's here. We've got your back. I'm sure my competitors and other people in the industry, retail people, would love for UWM to not be strong and love for something to be behind the veil. Besides that, UWM is going to be here for the long term, helping brokers dominate, doing great things, coming out with some cool technology soon, and continue to help everyone win, not only this year, but for many years to come.
You extended EPOs for 100 brokers to 12 months. Can you explain why? I tried to do my best earlier this week to explain to the broker community. There's a why behind it. There's a big impact to the overall community. It's a big concern for regulators. It's a big concern for the GSEs. Help your customers understand why that happened and what the long-term ramifications are.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 11,000 partners across America. We made a change for 100 of them. And the why behind the 100 of them was because the biggest risk to the broker channel is this negative painted brush that everyone would love to paint on. Just like in 08, they painted the brokers as bad people, bad this, bad that. It took us 10 years to get past that with consumers. Now, from the investor side, people want to start painting the brush that, brokers' loans aren't worth as much because they pay them off so fast. They're going to churn them. They're going to take, and that's not who brokers are. And I don't even think the people that got put on this list of 100 clients of ours, or whatever, even are that either. I think what happens to happen is people have to understand that this industry is bigger than just the one loan, and we have to understand the big ramifications of everything going on. And my job as one of the leaders of the wholesale channel is to make sure this wholesale channel and every broker that's listening to this call and every broker out there is going to be here and strong for the long term. And that's what the game's all about. And so we put a very, very small percentage of brokers on this list, and we said, hey guys, I'm going to reevaluate in a couple months, but you guys were 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times the average of everyone else. So if everyone else is refinancing, 20% of their loans at month, 7 through 12, these guys were at 80%, to get a perspective, which is the reality is that creates an issue. And so we said, hey, listen, if you do them, and I find, by the way, EPOs, I got to pay money, you got to pay money. It's part of the game. If you do them, it's okay. You just can't make commission twice in 6 months. Or for these small amount of brokers, you can't make commission twice in 12 months. Take care of the consumer, get a referral from them, but don't make $9,000 in October and then $9,000 in April again. And if you do, like I said, for this group that's been known to be faster than us, I had to take a stand on it. And so we made that change. It's such a minor change in the big scheme of things. Of course, people like to blow it up. Are you going to do that for everybody? No, I'm actually going to do what's right for the other 10,900. And it doesn't mean the 100 are bad people. They're all great brokers, great partners of ours. I've talked to so many of them. And I'm excited that by August 1 to be able to look at them and say, hey guys, it's back to normal. It doesn't mean don't refinance your clients. It means you just can't be 4 or 5 times better than all the retail channels and better than all the other brokers in the market. And if you are, then we got to look at it and say, why? Is it because you're doing all no-cost loans? Are you charging too high rates the first time? Once again, most of our clients were not in these buckets. But this is what Fannie and Freddie and then all the investors in the back end look at and say, hey, listen, this is the biggest risk to the broker channel. Let's say that this happens. They say, hey, Matt, UWM, brokers pay off loans faster. So all the bondholders on the back end say, hey, guys, not interested in wholesale. I'll pay 10 basis points less. All of a sudden, all broker businesses got priced back. If broker business gets priced back, the competitive advantage we have hurts everybody. And if all 40,000 loan officers, 11,000 of our broker shops get worse pricing because of a small group that maybe just didn't know this was a big deal, it's going to hurt all of us. And my job as the leader of UWM is to make sure that all 5,600 of my people and all of our clients are here for the long term. And so this was a small tweak we made. And I think it's a non-issue. Of course, my competitors would like to make it a big issue because they like to try to pick at anything we do. I'm doing the right thing for the long term for the channel and for UWM. And that's what that was about.
Yeah. So Matt, I think that the big thing that I tried to explain to some brokers over the last week about this topic is that, when I was a broker, I am still a broker at heart, but I'm not technically originating loans anymore. I didn't know about prepay speeds. The guys that were doing this, for the most, there's some guys in there that I've talked to. I've tried to talk to as many of them as possible, and there's issues with some of them, and there's just business model conflicts. But for the most part, there's a lot of people that just didn't know any better. And I told those guys, you guys are not saying, hey, you're bad partners. If you were saying that, you would have cut them off. You'd stop doing business with them. What you were saying is, hey, listen, we're taking corrective action because it's necessary. This is the mechanism that we have to use to basically take action. But understand, once we get past this period of time where this is no longer a part of your business model, even knowingly or unknowingly, we want to support you. We want to be your client. I think they want to hear that from you, because I know they all love UWM and they all look at you as the role model and the leader of our channel. I think it's important that they know that if it was done in the wrong intention, UWM still has their back.
100%. And that's the thing, is we're partners with people. I know other lenders. I talked to other wholesale lenders that said, hey, we got the same thing, but we're just going to worson the price and make it so they never work with us again. I said, well, if I do that and everyone else does these things to people, we're all hurting people. I'm not cutting people off. I'm having conversations with people, and anyone that emails me, I call them or I email them back about it. We are partners with brokers. If I didn't want to work with a broker, if I thought someone was actually doing something maliciously, they would not be part of our broker network at UWM. But I know that all these guys are not doing it maliciously. They didn't understand the ramifications. I had to let them know. We've communicated that and said, listen, let's stop this as a team right now. And we'll look back and laugh about it in a couple months. But even if you've got to take care of clients, my big thing is take care of them. Let's take care of customers, keep them in the channel, do right by everyone. But we just can't be doing, 2-3 loans for someone in a 12-month period. It hurts the industry. It hurts the broker channel. It hurts your peers. And it's having a small group of them impacting the whole market. Once again, not maliciously, not on purpose, but we got their back. We know it's all good. And I've talked to a lot of them and they understand it. And we're going to be stronger for it together in the future.
So Matt, as far as one of the other, I'm listening to the comments coming in, and we have about 1,300 people on this Facebook Live right now. So
great. Thank
you brokers, for tuning in. I'm sure over the course of this day, we're going to probably have 25,000 people view it. But the other question that is obviously on everybody's mind, and it's not a UWM issue, and I've explained this to all the brokers, and I've explained it to retail originators that having the same issue with their lenders as well, is price volatility and the predictability on pricing. It's a pain point because there's a lack of understanding of what's going on, and you released a fast break, and you talked a little bit about that volatility. Talk about that. How difficult is it for you to with this volatility, be your normal self and put the price that you want out into the market out there?
Yeah, no, that's the big question people ask me about pricing. Wait, make your pricing better. Make your pricing better. And listen, you guys, I tell you guys this before. I like when we have the best price or one of the best prices out there. However, my job right now is to make sure that we don't only win in March and April, that we all win in 2021. And what's happening right now with the volatility, literally before I got on this call, I think we put pricing out this morning and pricing got better by 100 basis points. We proved it. Then it just got worse by 140, 120. Then it changed to 80, 60, 40. Literally, while they're doing it, they kept remarking the pricing. The market's been all over the place. Like I said last Wednesday in Fast Break, I said the next 2 to 7 business days, which tomorrow's the 7th business day, the market's going to be crazy, and I'm expecting it to settle down. When it settles down, we get back to the new normals where the 10-year Treasury and the MBS are more aligned, which, as we have all seen, the 10-year came up and the MBS came down. Now it's much more aligned like we used to see it, but they're still going the reverse directions right now. But the reality is this. I want people, like rates are low right now, but let me tell everyone a secret. So in case you don't know, and I hate to tell this because if the truth is, I can't promise it, but this is my belief. Rates are going to be low for a long time. We got a recession going on. We got a huge economic thing going on in America right now. If you don't do 100 loans in April and you only do 85, we're all going to win, because May, June, July, August, September, October, and then next year, the same thing. And so my perspective is, hey, listen, we moved all of our operations to home. The volatility has been off the charts. People are worried about prepayment speeds. Then we got unemployment. Then we got appraisers not being allowed in houses. And so everyone's like, hey, listen, there's so much volatility. Let's make sure we get everything right and settled, and then let's dominate. And so prepare to dominate. Get ready, because it's about to change. And when things settle down, and I think they could settle down as early as tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, you're going to see it. And the UWM, you've seen our pricing already get better in the ranges that we're interested in. And we can talk about that in a minute too. But the reality is this. The whole market, we have no operational capacity issues at UWM, zero. Literally, I'm on 1 and 2 day new underwrites, 1 day conditions. We're going to do $20 billion of production this month as a team with our brokers. Best month of all time by a lot. And we're going to do it again next month with you guys. And so what I would say to everybody is this. Pricing is going to continue to get better and become back to more normalized things as the volatility slows down. And it's literally a whipsaw every single day. And you can't hedge for that. You don't know what MSR values are and MBS pricing is over. The government just came in with quantitative easing and they're buying a bunch of bonds. Got better by 144 basis points today. Literally, I saw a thing, and then it got worse again. And now it's worse than it started this morning. It's unbelievable, unprecedented times. And so I got to say is like, relax. We got this. I promise you, UWM is not pricing it away because we don't want loans. UWM wants every loan. UWM wants to take care of every client. We want to give our great service, great technology, and make you look fantastic to your clients. That's my promise and a fact. And I want every loan, just so we're clear. But right now, I'm just trying to manage through all these craziness and make sure I'm preparing because me doing $25 billion in April and you guys killing in April and us all struggling in May, June, July, and August is not a winning formula. I'm playing the long game, and the long game, it looks like it's like 2 months out, maybe just not April. And April will still have our second best month of all time, most likely. But I want you guys to realize that we got your back. Everyone, be positive. The world is going through craziness. We got your back. I promise you, I'm not sitting here withholding rates. Like I don't want anyone to do loans. We got it. Trust me. If you trusted me for years, trust me right now. I'm more sure about how we're handling this than almost anything else I've done in the past. And I'm telling you guys right now, we're all going to win together. I'm sure of it.
So those are a lot of good points, and I think one of the things that I had an interview earlier today with another executive from Remen, and we talked a little bit about partnership and the importance of partnership. UWM has been obviously the partner for the broker community, and I think that's a big reason why they've been so concerned about UWM hearing all these rumors is because this is their partner, and I think one of the things that we should talk about is the environment around servicing because you have led the support of making sure brokers and their past customers maintain that relationship in a perpetuity. You've done a lot of things from a resources and tools perspective when it comes to technology, and then you've done a lot of things from a non-solicit policy and some of the things that you've done from a servicing perspective to choose partners there that don't solicit the clients of brokers. From your perspective, we know that market is under siege. PennyMac stock is, it was at $25 2 weeks ago. It's down to $5. Mr. Cooper's stock is under siege. A lot of turmoil there. What challenges does that pose for you, and what challenges, do you think that brokers should prepare for as their client servicing, changes hands in the future?
Yeah, so the servicing market's taken the biggest hit, right? So as originators, and UWM, everyone always asks me, why don't we always keep our servicing? Well, here's a good example of UWM selling our servicing is to put us in a really much stronger position if I would have held all the servicing, obviously, because these loans are paying off and refinancing, and that's fine, and that's great, and we put a lot of protections in place to make sure our clients can call their past clients, but we don't want anyone else calling them, and that's what we've done, and I paid millions and millions of dollars for that benefit. The servicing market is getting crushed right now. No one knows what the value of the servicing is because they don't know what rates are going to do and how many loans are going to get paid off. And then beyond that, the payoffs, now we're talking about delinquencies. Unemployment is going to be skyrocketing right now. Small businesses are getting killed. Everyone's getting hurt right now in the economy. And so the delinquencies are going to go up. Credit scores are going to go down, right? Unemployment's going to go up. People are going to have less jobs. It's going to create a lot of different things. And people that own a big servicing book, that's not a good formula for anyone. Originators, you guys, us that are mainly originators, we're all going to win. We're all going to win together. It's just, like I said before, we don't have to win in this month. We already won in this month. We got to win for the long term. And so it's the long game and understanding the servicing. But when we start servicing, we still do non-solicits. And we're going to continue to do non-solicits to protect our broker's business. And that's what the way the market is. Now, understanding that delinquencies might go up and how we're going to handle it, how you guys going to handle it, because there's a lot of changes going on in the next 30 days because we don't know what's going to happen with the coronavirus and the economy from here over the next 30 to 45 days. But all we know is that I'm positive of one thing. The mortgage industry is going to bring everybody out of it. We're going to do it together as a team. And so the second half of this year will be the best 6 months ever. It will be the best purchase season. All these things are going to happen. We just got to get through this tough part. And I just want to realize everyone know that that's going to happen, and we're all in it with you guys. And so servicing is kind of an awkward time right now for a lot of people, and a lot of those big lenders are struggling, especially the servicers, but they're smart people, and they'll figure it out. And you just got to originate more loans and take good care of clients.
So another, I'm starting to see some questions come in. Another one of the big things that have come up here is and I know you're deep in the weeds on this. We had a call earlier this week with some peers, some executives from different lenders, and you were participating in that call. And we talked about the things that we're starting to think about that are 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, months out, issues that are going to start occurring that we need to start thinking about and making sure we're ahead of. You brought up one great one about verifications of employment. When we think about title companies that are going to have limitations on notaries being able to go to people's home, when we think about things like real estate agents starting to not do open houses and limit home showings and all that stuff. What are the things that you're doing at UWM to get ahead of this so that brokers can still close loans as this situation continues to take place?
Yeah. So, and I can't get into all the exact details because I got to wait for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to announce different things. But I'll tell you guys this is that everyone's aware of some of these issues, understanding how if appraisers aren't able to get in houses, what are we going to do? Does that mean no loans are getting done, or is there a solution? And I think there's going to be a solution that's going to be great for everybody. Same thing with title. Like there's a lot of large title, like even the ones that we partnered with that have done a good job and given a little reduced fee that will, they'll insure over the fact that you can't get the recording. But if you can't get the recording, all the recording officer closed, like we need first lien position or we're not doing the loan, just as you guys can understand. And so how are we going to handle that? And I think there's some good things coming out with that. Title companies are stepping up to do the right thing in those situations and make sure it's all done right. Employment's the big one, right? And reduced hours. People working 40 hours a week. Now they're working 20 hours a week. How is that going to change? And then how are we going to see credit scores and delinquencies pop up because of it? And, VOEs, the day of closing, people are going to be looking at doing VOEs the day of closing, and maybe they're going to be looking at more things. And if people aren't answering their phones, how do I know that Anthony still has a job there? And people if you do a loan with someone who doesn't have a job, it's a buyback. And that's what it is. It's black and white for UWM, and we have to buy the loan back. And so that's not what anyone wants. And so how do we protect those things? And so the market has some never seen before issues. The crisis in 08 was a lot different and a lot different setup than it is today. Today is a lot different. And I think today's better in a lot of ways. And I think we're going to get through it a lot easier than a lot of ways. But I want to make sure everyone knows that this is not just rates are low. Let's just do a lot of loans. Don't think about anything else going on. There's a lot of pieces going on. And we're doing a lot of things to make sure that brokers aren't left outside of this. And so once again, these are the things that we're spending a lot of time right now doing. And that's all I was telling people was like, I'm moving people to home. The volatile market. I'm making sure that we don't have massive delinquencies coming with BOEs issues and appraisal. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing as an industry? And as the second largest mortgage company in America, it's a kind of a big deal that we focus on it because we know that you depend on us. And hopefully you guys know and trust that UWM's got your back 1,000%. And so we're doing a lot of things. You're going to see some really cool things coming that will help make everyone comfortable. But once again, I'm going to say it 100 more times because I think it's important that all originators know this, that we as in a broker community and UWM, and of course AIME and your leadership, Anthony, we are going to help America. We have a place in America to get everyone through this tough time. This economy is going to be tough, and we are going to help people save money, help people buy houses at great rates for a long time. And I'm really proud to be part of this industry. And almost every other industry has no sunshine at the end. Right? Maybe hospitals you see, but that's not sunshine. That's negative. That's scary stuff. There's not many industries that you can say clearly there's going to be sunshine. UWM, broker channel, mortgage, sunshine's coming. We're going to help everyone. And it feels good to help people. Besides, you're going to make money. You're not going to lose your jobs. You're going to make money, have good jobs, and help a lot of people. And there's nothing better in America than that.
So another, and we have a whole bunch of questions coming in. So I just want to knock out a couple other ones that we have here for you. Operational productivity is we see right now. Matt Ishbia is clearly in his office. I'm sure you've been there all day and since 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Your people are working from home. Your company was built on centralized operations, centralized sales. How is this impacting productivity? I know it's only been a couple days, or 4 days now, or maybe 5 days. How's this impacting your ability to basically support the turn times and the service levels that brokers have become accustomed to?
Yeah, no, so it's actually been great. If anyone who knows me, this is like un-American to me to not have everyone here in the office with me. Like, I love people here. I love people around with me. But you know what? It's okay. We adapt. And with our technology, we're able to adapt really quick. We're running around 96, 98% of our normal production right now with people working from home, which is a really, really positive number, better than I expected, to be clear. And with that being said, it has zero impact on UWM in March and April. If it lasts longer, May, June, July, which I don't foresee, that creates a little bit like our culture is our specialty. Our fact that you can call and we always answer, and that I'm here and we're all here working together with brokers around, like that's our culture. That's our, anyone that's been in our office understands that. And so for 4 or 6 weeks, I can deal with it and we can deal with it. But if it goes longer, then I feel like, okay, now am I losing some of the edge that I have? Will it cause any issues for turn times? No, we got this under control. We're still hiring. I mean, we're the only company in America still hiring in these times. We're doing phone interviews and video chat interviews to get great people on here. We're going to continue to hire underwriters and closers and great people to serve your guys' needs, because we're going to have a banner second half of the year with you guys and a banner first half of the year. But, it will not affect our operational capacity. We had a couple of things, like any bumps. Here's an example for you. I'm sure that maybe you even have this question because I got this one like 3 emails in the last week on this, which was, hey, Matt, are you going to buy all these loans off my correspondent line because I'm trying to turn my line 3 or 4 times? And I said, yeah, right now, because I moved some people home. We actually had a glitch with a couple of them, and I had them working on a couple of things. We went from 3 days buying loans off clients to 6 to 7. And so someone asked me, I said, oh, yeah, no, I told my team, don't worry about it. We're so much faster. What's the industry? And one of the guys asked me, well, what's the industry average? He goes, 10 to 15 days. I said, so why is everyone upset if I'm 6 to 7? It's because I'm twice what UWM was just 2 weeks ago. And so I said, don't worry. I got them working this weekend. We'll be back to 3 to 4 days on Monday. It's all good. And of course, people like to say, oh, we must not have money. I got plenty of warehouse space. Don't you guys? I got $13 billion sitting there thinking you can turn it 2 to 3 times a month, 26 to 39 billion. I'm not that good to get that much volume. We have no concerns about that. What I have concerns about is making sure that we do a great job service, loan quality, and we win long-term. And so operational capacity is a zero issue to me. Me having friends in the office is kind of an issue. I love it if you guys, and I appreciate some of the brokers send me nice emails. I'm lonely here. I got only a couple hundred people here with me instead of having 5,500, but I'm lonely here, but everything's great. Everyone's kicking butt, and I'm looking at production numbers all day. I'm answering emails. I'm doing video chats like this, and I'm having fun with it.
So that's a lot of good information. I'm going to start reading off some of the questions that we have here. Appraisal waivers. One of the big questions that I see coming through from brokers is now with appraisal turn times getting backed up and also the potential of restrictions in certain areas. Do you anticipate seeing more appraisal waivers? Do you anticipate seeing any type of adjustment to that process that could make sure that there's not a limitation for people to be able to refi?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't think appraisal waivers are going to go up that much. I think there's some other things they're going to do that are creative and quite honestly better ideas than I had that could maybe help. And so I think there's some good things coming on the appraisal side. I don't think appraisal. So to answer the question in short, if you look at me and I talk to you in a week or 2 weeks, I'll say I don't think the appraisal issue that appraisers can't go into houses and people won't let them in their house, I don't think that's going to stop mortgages. I think there's solutions that are going to come out very shortly. I think there's maybe more appraisal waivers to your point, and hopefully you use one-click AUS with you use UWM, you get both at the same time, and that's positive. But you're also going to get some things hopefully from Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac that will be positive. Now, FHA purchases, like I don't know yet on that. So there are some things, but I don't think it's going to stop the mortgage industry like I might have thought a week ago.
So another question that came in is Matt. This is actually from a broker asking you, what can we do for you and UWM to help during this period of time? So brokers want to help you as a partner.
Well, hey, I appreciate that. And what I appreciate is I had a lot of our great clients who are really loyal to UWM send me emails, making sure everything was good. And it means a lot to me. I'm a human just like everyone else. It feels tough when you feel like people turn on you. But in the long run, all I need you guys to do is originate loans, stay healthy, take care of your clients, trust UWM. We got your back, and we're going to continue to have your back, not just this year, next year and beyond. And we're going to keep dominating. We're going to help you guys grow. Nothing has changed. And this little 2-week thing where I've had a lot of people hating on me, the good part is it gets me even more excited to crush people, more excited to help everyone win, more excited to help the broker channel, especially the people that are all in and loyal to UWM. I've got your back like you never know. I don't forget people that get my back. And the weird part about the whole thing is I didn't need anyone to have my back lately. Everything's been going great at UWM, but people feel like but I appreciate the love. I appreciate the loyalty and support. And I promise you guys this, we are all going to win together. I got your back. You got my back. And so what can you do for me? Keep dominating. Stay healthy. Get ready to write loans. Get ready to take care of clients. Sell loans the right way. Make sure we do things in compliance. And we're going to win as an industry, not in 2020, 21, 22, and beyond.
Another question that we have here is, do you, when it comes to pricing and some of the adjustments that you've made recently, there's a question about, the ability to price a loan and make full lender paid on, at these lower rates and some of the limitations there. The big question is, give us some context, provide us with some understanding of what's going on, and how does this, how should brokers be viewing this?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, because I just rolled that out yesterday, and of course today I roll it out. The market goes 200 basis points the wrong way against everybody. But the concept here is this, and I think everyone can understand is, listen, we as brokers, we want to take great care of consumers. We want to give them a great deal. I think the mindset of that, I got to roll in my lender paid comp, I got to roll in all LLPAs, and I got to roll in all costs to the consumer, and that's how I sell loans, is the wrong context of doing loans. I think what that does is it sets you up, the broker channel, and UWM up all for failure long term, especially in this rate environment. I'll give examples. Doing a loan with a cash out to 75 LTV is a huge LLPA of 2.5 points or 2.25 points, I think, depending on the FICO score, on top of 2.5 point comp plan. Well, if you want to price that out, that's going to be like 4.5%. Well, as soon as that loan closes, guess what? Literally the next day, it's a rate and term availability for anybody in America at 75 LTV, and now all of a sudden the rate's 3.25. That's an EPO waiting to happen for everybody in America. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for UWM. I don't want that for the broker channel. And so what we've said is, hey, put them at lower rates. And also, by the way, right now, because MSR values are so questionable, the difference between 3.75 on my rate sheet and what 4.75 would be is probably like less than a point. It's more in rate than it is in credit for the rate for the borrower. It makes no sense. What I recommend people doing, and I know it's a little change of mindset, so that's why I want people to think outside the box a little different, is put them at 3.25 and roll in a point. Roll in a 1.5 on it and make sure that we take great care of the consumer, give them a great rate, and know that they're getting a great deal, because right now you're not getting the benefit for going up the rate stack right now. And so I said, hey guys, instead of having this 3.875 to 4 is like an eighth higher in rate and you get like 10 extra basis points, that makes no sense. That's not a good deal for the consumer. So I said, we ain't going to do it right now. Will I change that? Over time, we could. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. What you're going to see is we're going to be really aggressive in those buckets that make sense. And I want you to just kind of think about your mindset a little bit differently. Now, I know there's purchases with borrowers have no money and we got to roll in the cost. And I can't get seller because I get it. I'm very much in the weeds. I know the details. What I'm saying is some of those borrowers, and I'm just going to say it out loud, some of those loans where the reason you have more LLPA, right? Or you have people need more money to credit is because they don't have as much money or because they're a little riskier loan. I'm telling you right now, the thing that's going to happen in the industry next 3 to 6 months, early payment defaults, not payoffs. People are going to miss payments. We don't want that. We don't want delinquencies. We want all done the right way. When things go delinquent, there's issues that come up. So I just want people to think about think of it differently. Change the mindset a little bit. I promise you, I'm not sitting here out here saying, by the way, 4% of our loans, 4% of UWM's loans were locked at 4% or higher before I made that change. I told my team, if 2% of them come down to the 3.75 rate, and actually I put 3.875 on there today because the market got so bad, but 3.875 rate, if 2% come down and 2% go away, I'm okay with that. If someone has 5% of loans they have to send to other lenders, that's what's great about being a broker. I know you believe this, Anthony. We're not everything for everyone. We do 95% of a lot of people's business, and we'll continue to do that. But there's some loans that, hey, it's an investment property, 85 LTV, 710 FICO, LLPA this, and I got a 2.5 lender comp plan. Hey, that might not be a UWM loan right now, and that's okay. But I want you to think about the churning possibility of someone's coming after those loans, because when this thing comes out in 2-3 months, when the market settles and people have jobs again and people are hustling, every loan is going to be attacked. Every loan in America. You do a loan at 4% right now, today, 3.875 even is, I'm questioning, because I'm going to be doing loans at 2.75 in 6 months, 2.5% in 6 months. Get ready to go. Hold on to your pants. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to do a lot of low rates. Don't get confused and put someone at 4.25 today. That's just the wrong mentality, in my opinion.
So one of the big common questions we're seeing here is, will government allowing mortgage payment forgiveness or some type of forbearance have a negative impact on EPOs or first payment default or anything for a broker at all?
No, we don't anticipate that. Obviously, they're still figuring some of the details out, but no. Forbearance, when people don't listen, the government steps in. We all want government support. We want to take care of consumers. The number one thing is this is crazy times. We don't want to foreclose on anyone. We don't want people to be, and I don't think people want to miss payments, but also people don't want to outlay cash if they have no job. And so there's a lot of weird things going on, but no, that's not an early payoff. That's what it is that's things happen. That's risk UWM and a lot of lenders take every day. And we want our brokers to support us and understand that there's risk we take on every loan. When the loan closes, it's not like it's all done. We have risk on that loan for months, years down the road. And so we want to make sure the borrower makes their payment. That's why we're always on the higher credit score buckets at UWM and the lower rates at UWM. And so if you look at my 3 1/8 rate and you're looking at the type of high credit score borrowers, that's where we're at, 3.5, 3 1/4, 3.75. We want lower rates, best quality borrowers, close them fast, get them to give you 3 referrals, and let's keep dominating.
We have some mini core clients with the warehouse lines that have concerns about. There's been, obviously, I'm sure everybody's experiencing the same thing. A little bit slower than normal at getting loans bought off their warehouse lines. Also, I think there was a decision recently made related to Gold Dome. It appears. Who's a warehouse facility that a lot of mini core clients, mini core brokers basically use. Can you share any information on some of those issues?
Yeah, so 2 things. One, on the Gold Dome thing, nothing but respect for that company. They do a lot of great things for a lot of our partners out there, and I've talked to their people, and we maybe revisit that and see if there's a way to get to a positive path. But right now, my perspective is this. I need partners, not only you guys, but warehouse partners to support my partners. And if I think, and I'm not saying this is Gold Dome, so let's take them out of the world, but if I think someone's not supporting brokers and correspondents and going to put them in a bad position, I'm distancing myself. I don't care if you're an MI company. I don't care if you're an appraisal management company. I don't care who you are. If someone's not doing right, and all I'll have to tell you is I don't separate myself from many people, but if I think people aren't doing right, and like I said, this is not the Gold Dome situation, so let's put that to the side. But if people aren't doing right by our partners, I'm sticking up for our partners. That's why I go against some of the biggest lenders in America that I don't compete with some of these guys, but they're big retail lenders, and I go after them because they're hurting our brokers or they're attacking our brokers, and that's what I'm going to do always. And so, but on the correspondent, like I said earlier, I made a couple changes. I moved people around because I wanted to make sure Processor Assist was knocking things out so we get loans through. And I had a couple people work from home. And next thing you know, I went from 3 days on purchasing loans to 6 or 7. And everyone, was very upset. We'll be back to 3 to 4 days from when the note's received. We review it. We buy them in 3 to 4 days. That'll be back by Monday. It's just a non-issue, really, in the big scheme of things. Like I said, I talked to people, and most other places are 10 to 15 days. And I said, well, why does anyone care? I was asking my correspondent guy that too. He goes, because we're always 3 days, so they get worried because we're backed up. And I said, well, that's my bad. It's like, I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. We'll stay on 3 days, 4 days. And I love it because brokers count on us, or correspondents count on us turning their line for them 3-4 times in a month because we buy them so close, so fast. And so I'll keep that going right now because a lot of warehouse lines aren't getting increases.
So this is actually a long one. I'm on a group text with a bunch of brokers, and this is a long one. So hear this one out. Essentially, the question is, Matt, made the transition from retail to broker about a year ago. You're one of the biggest reasons why I made that decision. Your competitors are coming out of the woodwork, stating your demise is coming. They're saying, Blackstone bailed you out. They're saying your warehouse line capacity is breaking down. That your ability to support brokers is not going to be there, and that over the next couple of months, your demise is going to happen. I don't believe it. I know you're all in on the broker channel. I know you're all in on brokers. What do you have to say to those people? What do you have to say to brokers that are hearing this nonsense?
No, I appreciate it. And I love that type of question because I like when people ask me what's really on their mind. It excites me. I'm messed up in the head. It excites me that people want to talk bad about me. It just makes me get in early. I'm going to have to get in at 2:30. I'm going to have to outwork people. Like UWM's never been stronger. Never. I've been here 17 years. We've never had more cash. We've never had more warehouse space. We've never made more money. We've never had more loans. We've never had better loan quality. I don't even know how many more nevers I can give you. We've never been stronger. And so these guys, of course they wanted, everyone, and this is what I tell people when I'm at your events sometimes, Anthony, I talk to people. Everyone wants UWM to fail. Everyone wants the broker channel to go back to being smaller, and everyone wants the broker channel to fail. And you know what? There's only one guy and one team, AIME, UWM, that are all in 1,000,000%. I got nothing else. I got 5,600 people. UWM ain't going nowhere. UWM's going to continue to dominate. And this type of action, and people like I said earlier, Blackstone's going to buy. I've never talked to anyone at Blackstone in my whole life. I don't know who Blackstone is. I love that they wanted to give me $1 billion, like some of these rumors, or $500 million. Like, anyone wants to write me a check, I'll take it. We'll probably donate it to charity because we don't need it and we want to take care of people. But the reality is this: we're going to keep dominating. And if anyone ever didn't think it before, just know that I'm renewed, because now I'm not only going to help the broker channel grow, we're going to crush the retail channel. And they can watch this video, they can enjoy it, because people want to talk negatively about me. I don't forget anything. People that turn their back on me, I don't forget anything. People that spread BS rumors, like I said, I don't even pay attention to, because none of it's even close to being true. Like I said, I never even talked to anyone at Blackstone, never talked to anyone. Warehouse lines, yeah, my warehouse lines all increased me. This is in February. I have billions of dollars. Like I said, $13 billion plus of warehouse lines. You turn a line 2 times a month easily. That means I can do $26 billion. It's not even a concern. It's so outside. It's so outrageous that I ignored it. But I shouldn't ignore it. I should just answer these questions. I'll come on Facebook anytime with you and talk about it. But so the message to you guys is, we got your back. We're going to crush those retail guys together. And if they're watching, just know I love it when you talk about me. I love it, because I'm coming for all of you, and we're going to help the brokers dominate. The broker channel will double, and UWM will double right next to them, and we're going to win together as a team.
We're just going to do 2 more questions here. Where do you see rates going? Whether it's short term or long term. Obviously, nobody can predict how long this is going to last. Barry Habib did an interview with us on Monday, and his thought process is, regardless of the current environment, that the expectation is rates are going to be low for quite some time, and the longer this lasts, you can add on more time for how long rates are going to be low. What are your thoughts on the rate environment and what we're looking at ahead?
Yeah, and Barry's the foremost expert, so I give him the credit he knows what's going on better than I do. My perspective is similar, like I said earlier, that when this goes on the industry that takes everyone out of this is mortgage. And so rates are going to stay low for 6 to 18 months, in my opinion. I think 2020 is going to be great. 2021 might be better. And that's the opportunity for us. Everybody that's got a mortgage in America is in play once this all goes through. If they have a job, right? We got to hope that they get the economy back up and running. So if they don't have a job, they'll get a job and be back and running by the end of the year. And then you'll help them out, in early 2021. But everyone's going to win. The purchase market's going to be huge when this all goes away, because everyone wants to, you can't move right now. Purchase market's going to slow down a little because open house and some of these things. I'm telling you right now, I believe the second half of the year is going to be monumental. But if not, the first half and all of 2021 is going to be huge. And so I believe rates are going to stay low. Now, just so we're all clear, I said the last statement about UWM, and we're going to dominate with you guys with conviction, because I know that for a fact. This one I don't know as a fact. This one I just believe. I believe rates will stay low. So I'm not as positive on this one because I can't predict rates. But I do believe that they will stay low. And I do believe that people that are frantically panicking, like, oh, I can't do this loan right now. Like, guess what, guys? You're going to be good. We're going to dominate. Just take a pause. Do the loans you can do. Get ready for May, June. Let's make sure everyone's healthy. Let's make sure everyone gets through this tough time in America. And then we, as a team, are going to take everyone through it and get everyone back rolling. And that's what I'm proud of.
This will be the last question. It's actually a pretty good one. If hypothetically Amazon was willing to stroke you a check for $10 billion, it's Matt Ishbia accepting?
Zero chance. They couldn't give me $10 billion for 1% of this company. You couldn't get me out of here unless you shoot me, but don't do that, because I'm telling you guys, I ain't going anywhere. You couldn't buy me. You can't. I won't let anyone get 1% of this company, because you know what? It's not about that. It's because I want to have complete control, because I know if I'm controlling it, I'm only doing what's best for brokers. I'm not chasing profits. Money follows success. We're going to win. We're going to help brokers win. I'm not worried about April. I always tell you guys, I'm long-term focused. We're going to win in April. It's going to be one of our best months of all time. If not our best, it'll be our second best. Like I said earlier, you can't, Amazon, nobody. No, I won't even take the call. It's nice. But you know what? I appreciate it. Not interested in anything besides helping brokers dominate. I have too much fun. If you guys start hating me too much and no one likes me and everyone talks negatively on me, maybe I'll change my mind. I won't want to be around as much. But that ain't happening. I got so much love from you guys and the loyalty from you guys. I love what I do. I get here every morning because I love it. You couldn't pay me to get out of this. We're going to do it together. And now I'm even more intensely focused with all this BS that's been going on, these rumors. We're going to get through this stuff as a country, and then we're going to go kick some butt together. And I'm proud to be part of it. And I will not relax, never relax, as you guys know, until we dominate together.
All right. So do you have any, we're going to wrap up here. We obviously, we know you're running the number one, what will be the number one lender in the country. You have 5,500 employees. You have 40,000 loan originators looking to you for information and confidence. This has been a great, hour for our community. Any last, comments or things you want to say to the broker community as we go forward and we get back to work and get back to serving our customers and our communities?
Yeah, the only thing I'll say to you guys is this: is we're on the team together. Team Broker, UWM, we're with you guys. And let me just tell you something: don't get confused. Don't let rumors and ridiculousness ever change. Like, we're going this way together as a team. And I'm staying loyal to you. You guys do right by your consumers. We're going to be here to help you guys dominate. I guess the mindset is we're going to help all of America win together. And I just wanted you guys to know that I appreciate this. I'm going to do these anytime. If you hear negative things about UWM, trust me, it comes from a competitor. It comes from someone that, when you're on top, people like to knock you down, and I love it. It gets me even more fired up. So we're stronger than we've ever been at UWM. The broker channel is stronger than it's ever been. It's going to keep getting stronger every day. UWM and the broker channel. And of course, to you, thank you, Anthony, and what you do at AIME, because you're the leader of it all. And I'm honored to be on the call. And if you ever have anything negative, Casa can call me. Of course, anyone can email me. I respond to every email myself, and we'll dominate together. I promise you guys, we're just getting started with this channel in UWM.
Matt, thank you very much. All the people at UWM, 5,000 people working from home, doing their thing. We appreciate you guys. We're here for you. And thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Have a great day.